So in Fix This Next, I'll hold it up again. Mike details the strategy businesses can use to determine what to do and in what order to ensure healthy, fast, permanent growth and how to avoid distractions. So I want to introduce some of the panelists that are with us here today who will be talking more about this. So I mentioned Katie Englert. She's the owner of Compass Counseling and a licensed professional clinical counselor. She opened her counseling business in Paducah in 2013 and has expanded to locations in Owensboro, Henderson, and Lewisport. She was our Entrepreneur of the Year in 2020. And as I said, she completed a cohort with Mike Michalowicz on this book. Chris Hill is the owner of Entrepreneuring and the Vice President and General Manager of IHM Used Parts. They ship across the world. He's a small business coach and consultant who specializes in transforming small businesses to exceed $1 million in sales per year. He has a degree in mechanical engineering with a minor in business from the University of Tennessee. And Chris Wooldridge, our good friend who works with us on a lot of many projects, is the director of the Murray State University's Center for Entrepreneurial and Economic Development. He is an instructor in finance, banking, and economic development, a former banker himself. He received his undergrad and his MBA from Murray State University and is a graduate of the Kentucky School of Insurance, Kentucky School of Banking, and received his certification also through the Kentucky Institute for Economic Development. So welcome to you three. If you guys would turn your cameras on. And Katie, I'm going to start with you. Since you're kind of the one that helped to launch this idea, you put us in contact with Mike Michalowicz. That's not an easy thing in itself to be able to do that. So I'll talk more about the 3 engagements that we have with Mike Michalowicz. But I want to start first because I really want to focus on this, Fix This Next, and recruiting businesses to be with us. So I know you've seen the benefits and success of using Fix This Next and how this type of business analysis has helped you in your business. Would you share with us some news about your experience and why you encouraged us to launch this program?
Yes, Sandra, thanks for having me today. So a few years ago, I've worked with probably everybody on this panel to help me with my business today, and continue to, but I started reaching out to small groups and masterminds and participating in those. And then last year, right about the time that COVID hit, I had signed up to participate. One of my friends was actually an advisor and started leading a Fix This Next group. I had already implemented some of Mike's principles from some of his other books. You mentioned Profit First, and Clockwork is another one that I started implementing on. So I kind of trusted that I could understand what he was trying to teach and how to implement those strategies. But Fix This Next, it was a short group. It wasn't complicated, and it was based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So if you've had Psych 101, you've probably heard of that you have to get your air and your shelter and your food and water before you can start working on other things in your development and in your life. And this book kind of bases your business health on that as well. So it kind of helps. What you do is you take an assessment, and it's very custom. It's simple. It works. And it's not about something that worked for somebody down the road or across the street one time. It's something that is custom to what's going on in your business right now. Because, as a business owner, we know it's always something. There's always things. There are always fires to put out. And, I think that having an assessment to take to tell you where to start and what to fix next makes a lot of sense, because sometimes if you fix those problems that are a base need of your business, it will shake out some other problems as you're fine tuning. So I think having that really quick, as a business owner, I know you don't have very much time to waste. So if it's not helping, you're not doing it. And it helps. So I think getting that real custom feedback quickly, and then a plan to implement a strategy to change is why I thought I experienced that change when I went through the group. And I wanted to bring that and offer that as the committee to our small business owners coming out of COVID in Paducah, because we have some amazing small business owners here.
We do. Thank you for pointing that out. That is a true statement. They've been, as I've said, so creative in surviving during COVID-19, but we're coming out of it. It's time now to let's regroup and let's focus on the next step and how we can grow. So Katie's going to stay with us. We'll come back to you in a few minutes. But Chris, this is what you do. You are a small business coach. Will you share with us some success stories about implementing these types of change in your business with some of your clients?
Sure. And so again, to Sandra in the chamber, thank you very much for having us on here today. I think it's a wonderful opportunity to help share some of our experiences and how we can help the local area grow and prosper more here and now in the future. So actually, Katie was the one who introduced me to the Fix This Next. Both she and I have used the Profit First program from Mike Michalowicz for the last few years and have reaped the rewards from that. So the first thing that you do when you're doing the Fix This Next program is there is a very simple online analysis, basically a test that you take. It's literally 10 to 15 minutes of taking the test. It's online. Very, very easy to do. And so from that, it really looked at, so from taking the test, it gave me three main things I needed to work on initially in my business. And so the first was looking at client conversion. So the number of leads you have coming in, are you able to convert those leads into paying customers? The next is transaction frequency. So once they start buying from you, do they buy from you over and over again? And then third is working on prospect attraction. So are you bringing enough lead into your business? And so this is actually a business that it's my own business, IHM. So we went through and started looking at what we can change and look at the data to see how we can help things. And so we actually went through, we made just a few changes. We changed our advertising. So honestly, we have a lot of we were having a lot of bad leads that were taking a lot of our time and effort, but we didn't have very much profit from that. So basically so we actually stopped advertising some of the more low dollar sales and just started concentrating on more of the higher dollar items. Next, we started to send pictures. So the business that we're working with, we did, that industry doesn't send pictures. This is basically selling products, and a lot of times it's used products. And so a lot of times pictures aren't sent with the quote. And so we put a lot of time and effort on the technology so we could very easily send pictures with our quotes. And then the last thing we did is we noticed if we were quoting something that was over a certain dollar amount, our conversion rate was absolutely terrible. It was less than half of what it was if it was a lower dollar item. So we went through and we changed our pricing on the higher dollar things. And so those are just very, very small tweaks that we made to this business. And from 2020 to 2021 year to date, this business is up in revenue almost 40%. And that's just astounding given just the very, very small changes that were made to this business. And it's just, truly, we just kind of shake our head like it can't be this easy. Sometimes it almost feels like, but just really, because, if you've been in business for 2 or 3 years, you know what you're doing. A lot of times your business just needs a small little tweak here or there, and you can go from financially struggling to truly being very successful, and you can grow your business and hire more people and help out the general economy in the area.
So Chris, one of the quotes that you had given us about the program, the beauty of this program is it's not difficult. Once you identify what you need to work on, the challenge becomes how to implement that. A small tweak in your business can provide big results. So you're living proof of that.
Yes, ma'am. It's been pretty cool. It's just, I got into engineering initially because I just love the problem-solving aspect of it. And now, so I've just, taken the problem-solving approach that I learned in my engineering classes and now applying that to real-life business problems instead of just mechanical things. It's pretty rewarding.
Great. Well, Chris, I want to shift over to you. For business owners on the fence, wondering if their program is right for them, for people who are active learners that look at this book and think, oh, I don't really want to read that book. You know, you and I've even talked about that because I'm working on reading it myself. What do you say to them to encourage them? What advice would you give for someone that's thinking, should I, shouldn't I, can I do it? Chris?
Well, thank you, Sandra, and good morning. Thank you for letting me be one of the panelists on this morning's presentation. Looking at all the great smiling faces this morning, and that's a good start to the day. So, Dr. Reese, good morning as well. Thank you for all you do for the community, and thanks for supporting this effort and the work that you do with the Chamber as well. I want to just put a plug in for the Chamber. This is exactly the type of work that a Chamber does, and this is exactly why you should support your Chamber. So I encourage you to support your Chamber in the work that it does in your community, because it provides not only advocacy and support, but these kinds of training and learning opportunities that are so important to the success of small businesses and to the community at large. So thank you, Sandra, for doing this, and we here at Murray State are excited to continue to be a partner with you in doing this. To answer the question, should you do it? Absolutely, you should do it. There's really no reason not to. This book really shares some great insights in what business owners are challenged with every day. What do I do first? What's the hottest fire? What's the loudest scream? What is it that I need to do to get my business going down a path that's calm and profitable? And in the book itself, which I have to say, I'm going to hold up the book too, since we're all kind of doing that. I don't want to be left out of the cool kids group, but this book is an excellent primer for some of the work that is done in turnarounds, business stabilization, some work that we do here at the center in working with businesses that are trying to improve their operations or move to that next level. This is a great book. I've read it. I am so excited about the opportunity to be part of this group in helping present this information. How do you know if it's right for you? Well, think about what challenges you have. Do you have challenges in your business when you come in every day? If anyone doesn't have challenges in their business where they're trying to deal with that fire, let's talk. I bet everyone does. What are sales doing? Is payroll coming up again yet this week? What is it why do I keep visiting the same issue over and over again? All business owners are struggling at some level, and some at every level. And I think having a systematic, a process, a guide, and some folks to be with can help you do the things that you want to do to be successful, whatever success is for you, whatever that goal is. One of the things that Mike mentions in his book is running a multi-million-dollar organization what you want to do and why. How big do you want to be? The bigger you are, the more capacity you have to have, the more people you have to have. So really helping you define what success is for you is key. I think this book helps you do that. The book, think of a time as an example of when you've walked in and try to figure out what fire you have to put out first. Mike talks about being that fire extinguisher. You know, are you running around trying to put that fire out and then run to the next fire and then run to the next fire? And by the end of the day, all you've done is put out fires, but you've not moved your organization forward at all. And so the idea is, let's figure out what is the most vital thing to get you off go, to get you away from where you are today, get you in that condition you want to be in. One of the things that I love about this book that's near and dear to me is the first page of the first chapter talks about cash, dealing with cash and how cash is important in your business. And I knew when I started reading the book, when he started off with that, we had a winner here in this book. For over a decade, it seems the fires I put out mostly were related to a lack of cash. I knew right away this is a book that I wanted to make sure that I finished and be a part of, because in the work that we do with small businesses and large businesses, medium-sized businesses, whenever we're working with a turnaround or a company we're trying to stabilize, 80% of the reason they're in trouble is because of cash. Either it's not being managed well, it may be coming in great bucket loads on the sales level, but it's going out in great bucket loads, leaking out through operating expenses or et cetera. So managing cash is super key. And then over on page 6, it says, when it comes to our business's lack of cash flow, we often throw a few remaining dollars at immediate problems and opportunities. How many times have we done that as business owners? I've seen that as business owners. Just get through the day, just get through the week. If I could just get payroll. Understanding cash flow is the key to success in so many, and all of you on this call know that. And this book and the process that Sandra's going to put out there for you as a chamber member or a non-chamber member being part of this cohort is really helping go through that process. How do we build that process? How do we build those guides? How do we build that support to do that? So in saying that, one thing that I think you'll get out of the book as well and get out of the series that we're putting together is that profits don't equal cash flow. Profits are nice, but cash flow is mandatory. I say that in my classes, and I say that to my clients. We can have profits all day long, but if we don't have cash flow, it's immaterial. Very few people talk about profit reserves. They talk about cash reserves, and there's a reason for that. So I think that this would be a tremendous opportunity for the businesses in our region to join us. And I hope that you will join in this cohort group. We're so excited about it. Murray State so much appreciates its relationship with West Kentucky Community and Tech College Workforce Solutions, with Dr. Reese, and we're so excited about being able to come together to put together the curriculum for this session. I'm just so excited. I just think it's such a great opportunity, especially coming out of COVID, to really step into businesses that are seeking assistance, that are seeking support, seeking some kind of guidance, some stabilization to do that. This initiative is really working with the assets already in the community incubators, the other businesses that are here that are being supportive of this effort, and really looking for the resources to help move the community forward and help those businesses. I think that you'll find that we'll all be a help to you in growing your business and keeping it in a sustained, profitable position, but more importantly, a sustained cash flow position. We're going to have virtual training. We're going to have in-person training, and we're even looking at bringing in some speakers and some other professionals to help augment the presentations on this journey. So we're excited about it, and I really, really encourage you to consider it. Really hope that you'll join us. And again, thank you for having me this morning and the opportunity to share this good opportunity. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Chris. As you said, we appreciate Murray State's Center for Economic and Entrepreneurial Development and West Kentucky Community and Technical College's Workforce Solutions for providing the business curriculum for this program. And as you said, we'll have other speakers and consultants. You're seeing two of them now, Katie Englert and Chris Hill, who will be working with us during this program. There will be other speakers that will be coming in. Absolutely will be including Erin Harned with the Small Business Development Center and others. Once we identify what resources we need, we'll be bringing those in. So I want to just read, you mentioned chapter 1. Here's what Mike McAllitt says in the chapter 1. And I would say the introduction is a pretty thorough introduction, but here's what he says. You arrive, I'm not going to do it word for word, but close. You arrive at your office in the morning, put on your firefighter gear, your glasses, your email app, and a cup of coffee with a double shot of espresso. And you get to work putting out fires. Calm the upset customer, send out the late proposal, scramble to cover payroll, right after you deliver a speech to your employees about your company's bright future, all the while tightly crossing your legs from the third cup of coffee because, let's face it, who has time to go to the bathroom? Well, that's part of it, of being a small business owner, but we want to try to address all of those and make it much easier.